The criterion is how you treat the weak. The measure of civilized behavior is compassion. Sudan, the largest country on the African continent, is a microcosm of Africa. All the African races are represented inside the country's extensive borders, as well as all the religions, and 3 of the 4 major African languages are spoken on its ancient soils. Sudan is home to deserts, mountain ranges, savannas, swamps, and rainforests. It is the meeting place of all the countries in the Nile Basin, sharing a border with 8 countries. The Sudanese people and their history in an ancient story preceding Egyptian civilizations and weaving threads all the way back to the biblical lands of Cush and the wise Nubian peoples who still reside in the mountains of Sudan today. Sudanese history also speaks of centuries of government instability and ragtag militias, which has been consistently met by strong resistance from the people.
What would happen is that the northern Muslims and the northern army of Khartoum would come into a village, they'd burn the village, they'd kill the men, and they'd herd the women and children northward with the herds, with other herds, goats, cows, whatever they could get. On the way, every woman was gang raped. It was the same story again and again and again.
In 1978, oil was discovered in southern Sudan, and 5 years later, civil war broke out again. The complexities of this civil war involved land, religion, grazing rights, and the recently discovered oil resource. The southern region has approximately $20 billion worth of crude oil reserve under its soil in an area approximately the size of the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. The north had the potential pipeline route to Sudan's only port, Port Sudan, located in the northeast. The Nubian Mountains, host of the Nuba peoples, are unfortunately caught right in the middle. A comprehensive peace accord was finally signed in January 2005, ending a 21-year civil war between the government based in the mainly Muslim north and the animist and Christian south. For the first time, the north has offered oil profits to the south in its peace accord. For the first time, real peace is a possibility. Thanks to this peace treaty, southern Sudanese refugees are crossing back over the borders with belongings tied to their backs. And while the peace accord has a historic victory, and while repatriation of war-torn areas has already begun, conflict, violence, rape and displacement still continue to occur in Darfur, the vast region to the west. Darfur, a word meaning land of the four, is isolated along the western border of Sudan and is split into 3 states, each with their own capital. The Darfur is landlocked by a vast expansive desert to the east, making it a difficult area to access.
وهي حرقوا العيش وشالوا العيش كله.
شالوا عملوا حرقوا شالوا شنو ثاني بغير ايش بس شالوا؟
عيش وملابس ومال وقتلوا الناس.
مال زي شنو؟
اولا الرجل شالوا دان وشالوا جمال وشالوا النعيس كله من هلي ده. هاي
والناس دياتهم
ده حكومة البشير ومعه جمجبيت راكبين خيل وجمال وعربات وانتنوا بفوق أنتنوف ضرب هنا لما الناس قاموا جارين ناس ويدين جيرو جاي ويدين جيرو جاي طبعا ضرب هنا بفوق من بير ضرب في ناس وبغادي من الجبل ده برضه اللي هي ناس اللي بقال بطلوا الجبال ده ضربوهم بأنتنوف وهنا بدرب يعني أنا أخوي ده الأصغر مني ده أخو بيته بهناك ضربوه قتلوه في بيته هنا
بكتلونا كان فينا مر بشير هذا خلينا عرب كله بجوا بهجسوا أوين ده برا أنتوا جيتوا منين كان قلنا جينا مري خلاص بنتهي مننا مرة يتخوفونا هسا قاعدين حاجة ناكلوا بلد ذاته ما في أيه
لا عربي
شغالين
كل شغال مرة كان عندهم يهدوا خلقوا ده كله يهدوا قاعدين ولا ما بخلينا نمشي ذات
هم كلهم جو سوا خيل وعربات وجمال كلهم جو سوا شقوا الهيلة ده بعد ذاك كان ناس ويجين فروا جيرو جاي لما هم ضربوهم وحرقوا الهيلة لما الناس جو الناس بس ميتين
ما أنا عندنا شيء ما شلنا شغل زول ما جاي
ما لا طيب
ساكت در ساكت
I want to go back, but if this government is not changed, I not go back, because this is not government. Yes. But I myself cannot go back, because if I go back, I will be killed, and my family will be killed.
The Darfur region has been described by the UN as the world's worst humanitarian crisis. Some 2 million people are estimated to be living in camps, having fled their homes, and at least 180,000 are thought to have died in this crisis. Caught in the crossfire between Janjaweed militia and rebel groups, millions have fled their destroyed villages, with many heading for camps near Darfur's main towns. But there is not enough food, water, or medicine. There is also next to no opportunity for income. Many then cross the borders into Chad. The Janjaweed patrol outside the camps, and the Darfurian people report that the men are killed and the women raped if they venture too far from the safety of the camps in search of firewood. Death during wartime comes not only from direct violence. Death during wartime is most often a result of immediate flight. Fleeing from home, loss of livestock, living in the bush or in overcrowded camps, exposure to disease, limited medical attention. These are just some of the reasons for death by displacement.
Yari